You've heard me mention it a few times throughout the course, the station ID. What is it? It's the familiar or informal name of the station you hear most often. Think of it as the station's brand name, usually containing the dial position, a form of the call letters, and positioning statement or slogan. For example, 89.1 KANW New Mexico Music is our station ID. The reason I say form of the call letters is because some stations use a catchy name like KISS 97.3 instead of their legal call sign KKSS, or Big I 107.9 instead of KBQI. The station ID is a piece of or featured in all of the following imaging elements, but not necessarily an element in itself. Imaging are pre produced recorded elements containing the station ID used to identify and distinguish the station between songs or programming elements. Imaging is used to create top of mind awareness through a station's on air self promotion, marketing, and branding. First up is the legal ID, which we mentioned in the FCC session. The legal ID is required at the top of each hour to identify a station's call letters and city of license. If the station ID is the station's familiar name, this is its official or formal name. For example, KANW Albuquerque is the legal ID of our main station. Call letters are chosen that work well as slogans, like the KISS and Big I examples mentioned earlier, or they are chosen to clearly identify where they are located, like KABQ or KANM. As you know, the legal ID must run as close to the top of the hour as possible at a natural programming break between songs or talk show segments. A station can insert the frequency or name of the licensee, but nothing else is allowed between the call letters and city of license. In the previous examples, KISS FM's legal ID is KKSS Albuquerque, not KISS FM Albuquerque, and the Big I's legal ID is KBQI Albuquerque. And in case you were wondering, and with a few exceptions, call letters begin with a K west of the Mississippi River and a W to the east. Along the same lines as a legal ID is a translator ID. If a station has translators like KANW does, it is required to identify them by call sign and city of license. A translator's call sign is different from the four-letter legal ID and is comprised of the letter K followed by its assigned channel number and a two-letter suffix, the first of which usually conforms to the pattern used in the broadcast service, as in K216AW grants. FM channel numbers begin at 201, corresponding to 88.1, and end at 300, which is 107.9. 89.1 is FM channel 206, and FM channel 216 in the grants example is 90.3. The translator ID must run three times daily between 7 and 9 a.m., between 12:55 and 1:05 p.m., and between 4 to 6 p.m. Most stations will include the legal ID to meet that requirement at the beginning of those hours as well. The next imaging element is a jingle, a short musical form of station ID that is sung by professional studio singers. Jingles are generally very catchy and memorable. Every station has their own professional voiceover actor that records many of these imaging elements. These talents are usually market exclusive, meaning their voice can only be used on one station in the same market. That makes their work unique to that station. A liner or sweeper is a short, like 15 seconds or less, pre produced vocal form of station ID that uses the station's professional voiceover actor but is not sung like a jingle. These liners are usually fully produced with a music bed and sound effects. A recorded promo is a pre produced promotional announcement for or about the station. These elements promote station contests, events, programs, and announcers. They can be voiced by the professional voiceover talent, by the announcers, or artists played on the station. Promos are usually longer than a liner, running between 30 and 60 seconds.